We humans are drawn to stories of survival. These narratives captivate our imagination and stir something deep within us. They take us on a journey where the stakes are high, and every decision can mean the difference between life and death. They ignite something primal within us. It's as if these stories tap into our ancient instincts, reminding us of a time when survival was a daily challenge, and every day was a battle against the elements. Maybe it's the thrill of danger, the adrenaline rush that comes from facing the unknown, from confronting nature's fury head-on. The stormy seas, the dense jungles, the wild animals, they all represent the ultimate test of human endurance and ingenuity. Maybe it's the awe of human resilience, the incredible ability to adapt, to overcome, and to thrive even in the harshest conditions. Building shelters from nothing, crafting tools from the environment, and finding ways to survive against all odds. Whatever it is, these tales grip us. They hold our attention and refuse to let go. We find ourselves lost in the narrative, rooting for the protagonist, and feeling their triumphs and setbacks as if they were our own. They remind us of the power of the human spirit, the indomitable will to survive, to push through the darkest times and to emerge stronger on the other side. These stories are a testament to our inner strength and determination. They show us that we're capable of more than we think, that when pushed to our limits we can achieve extraordinary feats, overcoming obstacles, achieving goals, and finding beauty and hope, even in the most rugged landscapes. Today we dive into one such story, a tale that has inspired countless others and continues to resonate through the ages. It's a story of adventure, isolation, and the unyielding human spirit. It's the tale of Alexander Selkirk, a Scottish sailor whose incredible journey of survival has become legendary. Stranded on a deserted island far from civilization, he faced unimaginable challenges. He's a Scottish sailor who found himself stranded, alone, on a deserted island with nothing but his wits and determination. He had to find a way to survive in complete isolation. His story is a testament to human endurance. It shows us the lengths to which one can go to stay alive, to find food and water, and to maintain hope even when all seems lost. It's a reminder that even in the face of despair, hope can endure, that the human spirit is capable of incredible resilience, and that even in the darkest moments there is always a glimmer of light. Alexander Selkirk was a man of the sea, a figure whose life was defined by the vast, unpredictable ocean. Born in Scotland in 1676, he answered the ocean's call early in life. The rugged Scottish coastline with its dramatic cliffs and tempestuous waters was a fitting backdrop for a young man destined for maritime adventures. He became a privateer, sailing the high seas in search of adventure and fortune. Privateering, a legally sanctioned form of piracy, offered the promise of wealth and excitement, but it also came with immense risks. Privateering was a dangerous business. The seas were fraught with peril, from violent storms that could capsize a ship in moments, to fierce naval battles where only the strongest survived. The life of a privateer was not for the faint-hearted. It was a life of risk and reward. The promise of treasure and the camaraderie of fellow sailors made the dangers worthwhile. For men like Selkirk, the thrill of the chase and the allure of untold riches were irresistible. But for men like Selkirk, it was the only life they knew. The sea was their home, and the ship their sanctuary. They navigated by the stars, braved the elements, and lived by a code of honor and bravery. In 1704, Selkirk joined the crew of the Cinque Ports. This ship, a sturdy vessel built for long voyages, was embarking on a privateering expedition that would take them to the far reaches of the South Seas. It was a privateering expedition bound for the South Seas. The journey promised new horizons and untold adventures, but also unknown dangers lurking in the vast expanse of the ocean. Little did he know, fate had other plans. The sea, ever unpredictable, would soon test Selkirk in ways he could never have imagined. The journey that began with such promise would soon turn into a fight for survival. After a fierce disagreement with his captain, Selkirk found himself marooned. The argument, fueled by the harsh conditions and the strain of the voyage, led to a drastic decision. Selkirk was left behind, abandoned on a remote island. He was left on a desolate island in the South Pacific. The isolation was profound, the silence broken only by the sound of the waves and the cries of seabirds. Selkirk was utterly alone, with only his wits and determination to sustain him. This island was called Juan Fernandez. It was a place of wild beauty, with lush vegetation and abundant wildlife, but also a place of great solitude. For Selkirk, it became both a prison and a sanctuary. It was to be his home for the next 4 years. During this time, Selkirk learned to survive in the harsh conditions, building shelter, finding food, and maintaining hope. His story of resilience and endurance would later inspire the classic tale of Robinson Crusoe. Imagine the feeling: the ship disappears over the horizon, you're left standing on the beach, alone. Fear would be crippling, despair would be overwhelming. This was Selkirk's reality. He was a castaway. He had limited supplies, some clothes, a musket, tobacco. It wasn't much, but it was a start. The island was unforgiving. It was a mix of dense forests, rugged mountains, and rocky shores. Predators lurked in the shadows. Hunger gnawed at his belly. Selkirk was alone, facing the ultimate test of survival. Survival in the wild is about adaptation. It's about using what nature provides. Selkirk, though initially overwhelmed, began to take stock. He learned to recognize edible plants. He discovered freshwater springs. Food, though scarce, could be found. The island was home to feral goats, descendants of previous visitors. They were wary, but Selkirk was a skilled hunter. He learned to stalk them, using his musket to bring them down. Goat meat became a staple. The skins provided him with clothing and shelter. He was adapting. He was surviving. Section 5. The Will to Live. Survival isn't just about food and shelter. It's also about mental fortitude. It's about the will to live. Selkirk faced despair every single day. Loneliness was a constant companion. But he refused to give in. He found solace in routine. He built himself a shelter, a rudimentary hut. He kept track of time, marking the days on a piece of wood. He read his Bible for comfort. This structure, this routine, it kept him sane. It reminded him he was human. Section 6. Taming the Wild. As months turned into years, Selkirk became one with the island. The once daunting wilderness transformed into his home, a place where he found solace and purpose. The changing seasons brought new challenges, but also new opportunities for growth and adaptation. He learned to read the signs of nature, predicting weather patterns and understanding the behaviors of the island's inhabitants. He was no longer just a visitor. The island had accepted him as one of its own. He moved through the jungle with a sense of belonging, his footsteps in sync with the rhythm of the natural world around him. Every plant, every animal, every sound became a part of his daily life, a symphony of survival and coexistence. He was a part of it. The flora and fauna were no longer just elements of the landscape. They were his companions, his teachers. He observed the intricate relationships within the ecosystem, learning how each species played a role in maintaining the balance of life on the island. He had tamed the wild, at least in part. His hands, once unaccustomed to the rigors of survival, became skilled and adept. He built shelters that withstood the elements, crafted tools that made his daily tasks easier, and created a life that was both sustainable and fulfilling. He had become incredibly resourceful. Every resource the island offered was utilized to its fullest potential. He foraged for food, finding sustenance in the most unexpected places. He discovered medicinal plants that healed his wounds and ailments, and he used natural materials to create everything he needed to survive. He learned to capture rainwater. This precious resource became the lifeblood of his existence. He devised ingenious methods to collect and store rainwater, ensuring he had a steady supply for drinking, cooking, and cleaning. He used it for drinking and for a rudimentary irrigation system for his crops. His small garden flourished under his care, providing him with fresh vegetables and herbs. The irrigation system, though simple, was a testament to his ingenuity and determination. He even domesticated some of the island's wild cats. These creatures, once wary and elusive, became his companions. They provided him with companionship and protection, forming a unique bond that transcended the boundaries between man and animal. They kept rats away from his food stores. The wildcats became guardians of his provisions, ensuring that his hard-earned supplies were safe from pests. This symbiotic relationship was another example of how he had integrated himself into the island's ecosystem. He had turned his struggle for survival into a testament of human ingenuity. His journey was not just about enduring the hardships of isolation, it was about thriving in the face of adversity. Selkirk's story is a powerful reminder of the resilience and resourcefulness of the human spirit, and how, with determination and creativity, one can truly tame the wild. Section 7. The Shadow of Loneliness. But loneliness was a relentless enemy. The human need for connection is primal. Selkirk had no one to talk to, no one to share his thoughts with. This isolation gnawed at his spirit. To combat this, he talked to himself. He read aloud from his Bible, he sang songs. He even befriended the island's animals, treating them as companions. It was a testament to his spirit. He refused to let loneliness break him. Section 8. Rescue at Dawn. After 4 long years, a sail appeared on the horizon. Selkirk's heart leaped. Could this be it? Was it finally over? The ship was the Duke, a British privateer. They had landed on the island for supplies. They were just as surprised to see Selkirk as he was to see them. He had been forgotten by his old crew, left for dead. But he had survived. He returned to civilization a changed man. His story, a testament to the power of human resilience. Section 9. The Legacy of a Castaway. Alexander Selkirk's ordeal on Juan Fernandez Island captivated the world. He became a living legend. His story inspired countless others. It reminded them of the strength of the human spirit. His tale is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can endure. It's a testament to the power of resourcefulness, adaptability, and the will to live. So the next time you're facing adversity, remember Alexander Selkirk. Remember his strength, remember his resilience, and never ever give up.